Hi, and welcome back to episode 4 of The Panther Show. I'm your host, Claudia Jackson. Today, Foster will be switching places with Dr. Harleman. We have a walk and talk interview with Mrs. Lyke, and we ask students a few questions about this Thanksgiving season. We all know Dr. Harleman is a hardworking yet fun-loving principal, so what would happen if a student took his place? We took up some investigative work and sent Foster out to see how hard being a principal really is.
Welcome to my office.
Oh, God.
What'd you do?
What are you gonna do?
Do you want to tell me first, or do I need to figure out for myself?
Why don't you figure out yourself?
Okay. Do you mind if I search you?
Go ahead.
Can I stand up? What's that? What's this?
That's your kid. Alright.
Have a good day.
You too.
Your boss currently?
What?
Yeah, I'm Kevin Robert Harleman.
Wow, you grew your hair out really fast there, sir.
Make sure you're doing your job.
I am. Yes, sir.
All right.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
I'm doing a class check. Yeah, just gotta make sure you're doing your job.
I'm not.
I see you're doing your job.
Well, I mean, I was.
I'm here to see if you're doing your job.
We're doing stuff.
Hey, you doing stuff?
Yeah, I am.
Chad, how's it going? Have a good day?
Great, yes, sir.
Working wonderful.
Oh, amazing.
Last time I talked to you, you seemed pretty sarcastic about it.
There's no such thing as sarcasm. I don't even know what that means.
You don't know what sarcasm?
No.
If I had to describe to someone, say Chad Guzman, do you know him? That's sarcasm.
That is sarcasm.
Yeah. You can look it up on your computer.
Okay. How big of a report you want?
3 pages is fine.
Just 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to give me more, you can give me more.
Okay. That's how I do it.
You're doing some good work, Chad.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. It looks better that way.
That's something he would do. Morning.
Morning.
Your regular duties of drawing on people's faces.
You don't really do much, do you? I always give you a hard time for it, but
Yeah?
there's really not much for me to do around
No,
here.
it's about time. It's 9 o'clock, so usually when I take a nap for about an hour.
Oh, you take a nap for an hour? Melissa, can your old ears hear me now? Melissa, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
What?
Go to class. Go to class.
I'm the principal. Don't tell me to go to class.
Mr. D, they gave me a megaphone. Go. Keep walking. Hey. What have you been doing?
Me?
Yeah, what have you been doing?
What have I been doing? What do you mean?
Watch yourself.
Watch myself?
I'm Kevin Robert Harleman. Watch yourself.
Mrs. Lyke is a beloved teacher by students and staff alike. With so much of her time being spent during school hours, Ava decided to ask her a little about her personal life.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh my gosh. So this is my 28th year at Little Miami. I've always taught at Little Miami from the very beginning. I live in the district. My husband works in the building as well. Both of my kids graduated from here. My younger son, Tanner, is 21, and he works full-time. And then my older son, Jason, is 24, and he is currently deployed to the Middle East with the Army National Guard.
How'd you get into teaching?
So I knew from a really young age I wanted to be a teacher. My mom loves to tell the story that when I was little, I locked my sister and me in her room and forced her to learn the alphabet before I would let her out. So I guess I was a pretty strict teacher from a very young age.
You're not that bad.
No, people think I'm worse than I am.
That's true.
And then in high school, I had an English teacher who I loved, and that's when I decided to become an English teacher.
I know your parents have like an interesting job history. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
So I didn't grow up in Ohio. A lot of people know that, but I grew up in Gillette, Wyoming. And so very different life than here. And my parents both worked at coal mines because where I grew up have the largest open pit coal mines, like strip mining, in the world. And then, so growing up it was just very different. And then then I met Mr. Lyke in college, and he's from Ohio, so that's why I moved here.
What's your craziest teaching story? Like, do you ever have a student who does something really dumb? It just sticks out to you?
There's all kinds of crazy stories. The craziest stories about my teaching are made up. Like, there's this story out there that I threw stuff once years ago, totally made up, and it took on a life of its own. Like, nothing like that happened. I don't. It's every year is a different adventure. So probably right now what's the craziest is I have a lot, and I mean a lot, of students who I taught their parents.
Really?
Yes. And it's like all of a sudden this big wave of that is happening. And so that's probably right now, but I actually really love that. So that's probably the craziest thing right now that's going on.
If you weren't an English teacher, what other career do you think you would have?
Well, when I was in school, my parents really pushed me to become a lawyer. I don't think I would have loved doing that, but I think it's something that I probably could have done well. And then when I first started teaching and you go get your master's degree, I toyed with, do I become a principal? Do I become an administrator? And I did toy with that for a little bit, but I didn't want to leave the classroom. So I never did that. But yeah, I just always wanted to be a teacher.
You just knew?
I just knew, yeah.
Oh yeah, you have anything funny to say about Mr. Lyke?
I mean, the funny part about it is he and I are so different. Kids actually say we teach a lot alike, but personality-wise, we're so different from one another.
I've learned that he kind of just, like your PowerPoints, he copies the format of them. I think that's why it's alike.
But no, we've been married, for 28 and a half years. And so far, he's still willing to put up with me, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, how'd you end up working in the same building? Because that is...
I was hired at Little Miami first. And
so he does copy you.
And then he actually started at the alternative school, where he started teaching. It was a brand new school when he started there. And then 2 years after I started at Little Miami, he came to Little Miami. So yeah, that's how that started.
Okay, now I think
we good? Okay.
Yeah.
Every day, school mascots are ignored, mistreated, and neglected. For only $18 a month, or just 60 cents a day, you can support our mascot. You'll even get this t-shirt. Call now and show your mascot some love.
With Thanksgiving just around the corner, everyone is excited for the week-long break and reuniting with their loved ones, and of course, Thanksgiving dinner. We asked our fellow students what Thanksgiving dish they're most excited for.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Mac and cheese.
Turkey.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Stuffing.
The bread.
Pumpkin pie.
Mashed potatoes.
Turkey.
Definitely deep fried turkey.
Probably turkey.
I like cranberry sauce, but I also like the turkey.
Turkey. I personally like pumpkin pie.
Mashed potatoes.
Turkey.
And do you participate in Black Friday shopping?
Depends.
Yes.
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 Sometimes.
No, not really.
Of course.
Yes, of course.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it depends.
Not usually. It's too chaotic.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of The Panther Show. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at LMHS_DMA. The Panther Show is produced by DMA2, a satellite program of the Warren County Career Center. I'm Claudia Jackson, and we'll see you next episode.